Now, I just thought I'll share with you a 2 by 2 matrix. If we look at the x-axis here, you have offerings which are either existing offerings already out there in the market, and then there are new offerings which are coming up in context of COVID. Then you have needs on the y-axis, which are either existing needs or emerging needs, which are coming up because of COVID. So, for example, let's look at the top right quadrant, which is an emerging need, and let's look at, say, a new offering for that, right? X, which is the need, as we know it has changed. Choose whatever brand is the all new way to X. Now, for example, let's look at this. Now, virtual meetings is a new need, right? For corporates, for employees, the new need is virtual meetings, right? So virtual meetings or collaboration, as we know it, has changed. Choose Zoom, the all new way to have virtual meetings, right? Now let's look at, say, for example, exactly in the opposite quadrant, the bottom left quadrant, right? If you are an existing offering, not a new offering which has evolved post-COVID. If you're an existing offering serving an existing or an eternal need, let's take an example. If you're looking at, say, in times of COVID, you can say, for example, kids are a little more anxious, aging parents are a little more anxious. The pressure on our generation to really take everybody along is obviously higher, not just financially but emotionally as well. Now, if you are talking about, say, a mother's need to connect with her child and to really give her child that joy without really having to step out of the house, right? So if you're saying an existing offering for an existing need, some things never change, like a mother's love for her child and Maggie. Say, for example, Maggie has built its brand on beautiful moments of love, moments of bonding between a mother and a child, right? So you're talking about saying, for example, just the way your need to keep your child happy doesn't change, so does Maggie. Even we are there, we've been there for you for the last 40, 50 years, we will continue to be there for you. So that's an existing offering for an existing need. Now, if you look up to the top left quadrant, which is an emerging need, but with an existing offering. So an example, if you're looking at, say, for example, we spoke about the need for increased bandwidth at home, right? Now, that is an emerging need, but guys like ACT, guy like GeoFiber, people who've invested in creating that sort of scale, that sort of network, that sort of reach in advance are the ones that come into this category, where you're saying that, if you want to have 200 of your employees, having good connection, internet connection in 24 hours, just reach out to us. We are ready to serve you. And that's where you're saying, say, for example, with greater reach, faster speed of access or availability, we are fully geared to help you collaborate virtually better. And that's the need out there, right? And then the bottom right quadrant, if you're saying, say, for example, in the new context, what is, say, one of the pain points that people are facing, cost control, right? So if you have if you have a pressure on costs, how can a new offering help address those costs better, those issues better? So that is something that kind of describes, and all your startups typically will fall into one of these quadrants.